here from the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. as somebody is banging on something behind me. Final score tonight, the Thunder loses 120-98 to the Wizards. Wizards are the hottest home team in the league right now. The Thunder couldn't afford to get off to a slow start, and they totally did because they looked kind of hungover from the Saturday game against Golden State, in which they had so much emotion put into that game at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Tonight, it was kind of the polar opposite. There was no emotion from the Thunder, no fire. The Wizards made their first 9 shots. Thunder's defense was non-existent. The Thunder's offense missed 24 consecutive shots between the second quarter and the third quarter. It was a span of over 12 minutes. And, you know, even though they were within 7 points at halftime, once they continued that slump into the second half, the Wizards went on a 19-3 run to open the third quarter. It was a wrap. Russell Westbrook didn't play a lot tonight, didn't need to because the game was out of hand by the time it got to the fourth quarter, or actually in the third quarter. He only played 24 minutes at 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and now the Thunder goes back home for one more game against the New York Knicks before headed to the All-Star break. Billy Donovan didn't want to make excuses tonight. He didn't want to say that the Thunder was hungover from that game, but it clearly showed. He actually did admit that he was worried coming into this game that the Thunder, you know, would lack the focus necessary to come into this game and win. Not just because of the Golden State hangover, but because, you know, Washington was a team that's been playing so well, and it totally showed tonight. Here's some post-game video from Billy Donovan and Russell Westbrook.
I thought the first quarter we kind of dug ourselves a hole. We fought back. I thought the start of all the quarters wasn't great. Start of the first, start of the second, and the start of the third, and we just kind of dug ourselves a hole. We were constantly playing catch up from there.
When a team's hot shooting like that, 70% in the first quarter, high 60s for most of the game, what adjustments did you guys try to make?
Well, I mean, I think we contributed to some of it. You know, we needed to do a better job. I think I mentioned going in, someone asked me what's their team, and I said that their three-point shooting and their transition, and you know, we did not do a terrific job in that area defending the three, and you know, we tried a lot of different guys out there, you know, try to get some kind of energy. I thought midway through the third, you know, we brought in some guys off the bench, and they kind of tried to make a little bit of a run, but you know, they answered and kind of kept the lead in the 20s for most of the night.
Billy, I asked you about, you know, kind of a potential hangover earlier today. Did you get a sense that there was a lack of energy to start the game? I
don't know if I'd use the word hangover, but you know, I think I made the comment before the game. Someone asked me about the emotional part, and I was worried about it. You know, I was, and you know, we talked about it, and you know, we were not at the level that I've seen our guys at before. I'm not making an excuse for them because I think that's what this NBA season is, 82 games. And I think part of this group's growth curve, learning process, in my opinion, because they are young, is the ability from one night to the next to emotionally be able to get to where they need to get individually. You know, like I think as a player, that's the hardest part. I think when you play 82 games is, you know, can you come back and really be focused and locked in and play at that emotional level that you're capable of? And we were not there. I certainly have seen us there before, but tonight was not a night that I felt was there. Was it because of our last game? I don't know that. I just know there was a lot going into that game. It was something I think as a coach you always kind of have your antennas up on things that could, you know, get in the way of us playing well. I don't want to take anything away from Washington because they clearly outplayed us for 48 minutes.
How much of the 35% shooting was due to their defense and maybe your hand?
I thought we got really good looks. Yeah. You know, I thought in the third there we were down by, I think, I don't know, it was 13 or 14. We came out and got 2 wide open threes. We came back, got another 3. We had really good looks, I thought. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and I think what you've got to have is when you're going through, like, whatever the emotional part of it was for us, and I'm not making an excuse, but what ends up happening is generally you don't shoot well on nights like that. That's when you got to really fall back on your defense. And what made it really difficult tonight is we didn't shoot the ball well, and we didn't defend at a high enough level against a team that offensively scores from all 5 spots.
You just chalk it up to one of those nights, or anything you put your finger on why?
You just didn't play hard.
You think as a team you didn't play hard?
Yeah.
The last game, obviously, against Golden State, there was a lot of emotion, a lot of stuff went into that game. Do you think anything that carried over for why maybe the energy was there tonight?
I'm not sure.
Anyone else? What do you think is the reason why the energy wasn't there?
I just told them we just wasn't ready to play.
How much of the shooting tonight was due to you guys or their defense?
I gotta look at it and see the shots, see if they were open. A lot of shots were open.
there's some shippies around the room as well.
We were just talking about the difference in maybe emotions and whether or not there was a letdown. Did you sense that at all tonight or not?
Nah,